So we'll start the class. Today we are going to discuss about illumination models. So here what we are going to discuss in under illumination model, we are going to discuss about foam illumination model, and first we'll see about the lighting. Lighting, we are going to basically see about the light source. When a light source hits the surface, how it will reflect, refract or diffuse. So basically the basic of light source we are going to see now. A light source can be defined with its various properties. We can specify the light source based on its position, color of emitted light, and the emission direction and the shape when it touches the particular surface. Suppose the source is also to be a light reflecting surface, which means here the source is above the surface. If it is a shiny surface, to be a light reflecting source, okay, then we need to give the reflective properties. If it is a dull surface, it diffuse. If it is a shiny surface, it reflect. If it is a transparent, which means the light rays passes through, that is refract. In addition, we could set up a light source that emits different colors in different positions. Suppose, for example, we could define a light source that emits in one particular object surface. One side it emits with the red light, another side it emits with the green light. The light source parameters are position, electromagnetic spectrum, and shape. And the light source hits the surface. The surface parameters are position, reflectance properties, position of nearby surfaces, and the eye. The camera parameters are position and sensor spectrum sensitivities. The light source hits on the surface, and the light source has position and electromagnetic spectrum and shape. When it hits the surface, on the surface has position to receive the light, and if it is a shiny surface, it has the reflectance properties, and if the scattered all over, then position of nearby surfaces. And how you are going to view from the viewer factor, position of the particular light and sensor spectrum sensitivities when it reflects. So we have various light sources. We have point source, parallel source, and distributed source. When you take a point source, single point, the light rays comes from single point. For example, you can take your mobile flashlight. It is a single point source. And parallel source, as a point source, is infinite, which means you can take example, suppose the sunlight, the point source is infinite. And distributed source, as a point source at finite. You can take example of your fluorescent light, tube light, where it has the point source at finite. So illumination model, to calculate the intensity of a light that is reflected a given point on surface. The given point on the surface, your light source is going to reflect or refract or it is going to diffuse. You are going to calculate how intense it touches the object, and either it is going to be reflect or refract, or it is going to diffuse. That you are going to check through this illumination model. Rendering the intensity calculation from the illumination model. What is the final calculated intensity value that you are going to render for display? Okay. Most commonly used model for interactive graphics is Phong illumination model. Here we have global and local illumination models. We have two different types. One, local illumination model. The example is Phong illumination model. And global illumination model, I suppose one of the example you can take the ray tracing. Ray tracing, what are the properties of the ray tracing? Either the light source hits the surface and diffuse. It absorbs the light source on the surface. Okay, surface absorbs the light source. Number two, a reflection. Suppose it hits some surface, shiny surface, which will reflect the light or refract through the transparency it may passes through the particular object. Okay, here the Phong illumination model involves the terms or ambient, diffuse and specular. We are going to discuss one by one. First, we are going to discuss about the ambient illumination, diffuse as well as specular. So adding these three, you are going to get sum of ambient, diffuse and specular. You are going to get Phong illumination model. We'll discuss each and every illumination model. Along with that, we'll see one example. Further, we'll see how you are going to use this ambient, diffuse, specular in OpenGL functions. First, about ambient, approximates the effect of interreflections. The ambient light, suppose the light rays hits on the environment. For example, if you take the room, the light rays comes and enters the rooms, where you can see all over the room. Ambient environment approximates the effect of interreflections. Sourceless, constant over entire surface, does not depend on surface normal. It does not depend on any surface normal. Why? Because the ambient light, where you can see over all surface, does not vary based on the viewpoint. You no need to check. Suppose when light hits on the surface, you have two factors. One, the source of the light that hits the surface. Another one is from the viewer point. So here the light enters in the room ambient, so it does not depend on the surface normal, as well as it will not vary based on viewpoint, from the viewer point. Ambient term of Phong model, what you are going to calculate? You are going to calculate the intensity of the light. The object has an ambient reflectivity coefficient, that is Ka. A light source gives off certain amount of ambient light, that is La. So total ambient light, you are going to calculate the coefficient factor of your ambient and the light source. For colored light, we repeat this computation for red, green and blue ambient light values and reflectivity coefficients. Okay, so how you are going to calculate the ambient light? Suppose if this is the surface, at this surface, this point O is object surface at point. This is the complete surface. For example, you can take a room, right? In the room, at one point, the light rays hit source of the light, and that which you can see from the viewer point, where it is completely on ambient, right? So the intensity here, you have to calculate the intensity factor of the source light hits on the surface. So intensity is equal to your ambient light intensity and the reflection coefficient, which spread all over the ambient, right? So ambient reflection coefficient, so that value should be between 0 to 1. So calculate your how intense it touch the particular surface. That intensity of light you want to calculate with respect to ambient. I is equal to IA multiplied with KA, where IA reference to intensity of ambient light and K reference the reflection coefficient. Okay, so basically you are going to consider two different points. One, source of the light, another one is the viewer point. The source of the light hits the surface. What is the point it hits the surface? Okay, either it reflects or refracts or diffuse, that you are going to check based on the viewer moment. Okay, next about diffuse. The light rays hits the surface and the surface absorbs the light rays, which means the light rays completely diffused over the surface. Models a rough surface, example your paper or drywall. Suppose if you take the tube light hits on the light rays, for example you can take the light rays, the tube light which hits on the paper, where it diffuse completely over the paper surface, where light rays scattered equally in all directions. So has a point or directional source. Yes, you can take example of fluorescent light which hits the paper and equally scatters all over the directions, depend on surface normal, brightest where the surface is oriented towards the light and falls off to 0 at 90 degree. Okay, and does not vary based on viewpoint. Again, it does not vary on the viewpoint. Why? Because it scattered the light equally in all directions, so you are not going to see any viewpoint over there, right? So diffuse, the light, the surface absorbs the light source completely. The diffuse term, perfectly diffuse, the reflector is so rough that it scatters the light equally in all directions, right? Note that when light comes at an angle, the same energy is spreaded all over the area. Such surfaces are called Lambertian surfaces. Probably you have studied in physics the Lambert's law. What it says, when the light rays hits on the surface, it equally absorbs, equal fraction absorbs all over the space, where you can see the light hits on the surface 90 degree, or the other way the light source hits the surface, it will completely absorb equal fraction to all over the space at noon, where the diffuse light hits the surface and the angle of the light diffuse on the surface, the illumination goes to 0. The illumination is proportional to cos theta, where here you are going to calculate what is the angle when diffuse light hits the surface, and here you are going to check the light source multiply with normal vector. So cos theta is equal to the light source, and when it hits this surface, what is the normal vector, and the diffuse factor, how we are going to calculate. Okay, the coefficient factor multiply with the light source hits and with the normal vector, where you are going to consider the dot product along with the diffuse light source. The calculation part we'll see now. Here this is a surface, and the surface, the light source hits on this surface, and this is the viewer point, which exactly the point it hits on the surface, and you can see the normal vector position. The calculation point between the source of the light hits on the surface to the normal vector, you can consider as theta. The attenuation, the factor you are going to calculate, right? So here, how intensity you are going to calculate, how intense the light source touches the particular object and it diffuses over there. The intensity of diffuse is equal to intensity of your light source multiply with the coefficient factor of your diffuse and multiply with cos theta, where this cos theta we can define the dot product of your normal vector and source of the light. So intensity is equal to intensity of the light multiply with the coefficient factor with respect to your diffuse multiply with cos theta, where cos theta we can write the dot product of normal vector and the light source. So n and s vectors you have to calculate as dot product, where coefficient factor we can say between 0 to 90 degree. Here this is coefficient factor of diffuse K D. And next, specular. Specular means the light source hits on the shiny surface and it reflects all over the space. specular term add highlights in the reflection direction. Note that smoother and shinier of the object. Any shiny object, the light source hits and it reflects. The higher and brighter the highlight power falls as viewer moves away from the reflection direction, where you are going to calculate the factor cos alpha, where you can say the factor f is equal to viewer point and multiply with your reflection point. Okay, so modeled as cos power a, where a is the shininess coefficients, right, where you can write the shininess coefficient factor, where you are going to calculate the intensity is equal to coefficient factor of shininess and the light source multiply with reflection factor and viewer point power a. This a says about intensity of shininess. Model highlights from smooth and shiny surface, example opaque plastic, okay, which gives the reflection, has a point or directional source, yes. Depends on the surface normal, yes, the surface should be brighter so it gives the reflection. Depends on the viewpoint, yes, you are going to see the reflection. Suppose if you take the mirror, you are going to hit the light source on the mirror, you are going to see the reflection. So has a point or directional source, yes. Depend on the surface normal, it should be a shiny surface. Depends on viewpoint, when it hits you will see the mirror point. Okay, so ideal specular surface, where the light source hits on the surface, if shiny surface, and it does the reflection, and here you are going to see the normal vector light source hits, and same you can see the mirroring in the reflection, right? In non-ideal specular surface, from the viewer point you are going to check the reflection that mentions the value as alpha. So specular, how you are going to calculate the intensity. The object surface between the light source is hits the particular object, and from the viewer point you are going to view the reflections. At point O, it hits the surface on, if it is a shiny surface, it is going to reflect. So the light source hits on the surface and the particular light rays reflects. So here, what is the objects hits on the surface, that normal vector value, where you are going to calculate with respect to theta, and between the normal vector and the reflection point, where you are going to calculate the value with the same theta. Why? Mirroring. The light source hits the particular shiny surface and it reflects. So what is the value you are going to calculate? The same mirroring will be, value will be taken for your reflection. So theta. Next, from the viewer point to your normalized vector, you are going to calculate pi, the value where you are going to calculate the reflection value vector from the viewer point that you are going to calculate as alpha. So the intensity you are going to calculate, intensity of the light multiply with the coefficient factor of specular, factor of the specular, and you are going to multiply with cos alpha power n. Here n specify specular intensity. Intensity of the light with respect to specular, coefficient factor with respect to specular, and cos alpha power n, where n specify the specular intensity, where cos alpha we are going to specify a reflection vector and your viewer point. So here the projection of L, the light source, onto the direction of the normal vector n, the projection of L, light source, onto the direction of the normal vector has a magnitude equal to the dot product n into s. Okay, which means the light source hits the surface and you are going to take the normal vector, and that magnitude is equal to n into s, which we already seen in diffuse, and which is also equal to magnitude of the projection of unit vector r onto the direction of n. So here what is the value you are going to calculate between source of the light and normal vector? Suppose we are going to calculate theta, the same mirroring value will be considered for your reflection vector, correct? So the magnitude of the projection of unit vector r onto the direction of your normal vector, right? So here r reflection vector plus light source value is equal to n into s, the theta, and the normal vector mirroring also one more value. So you can write 2 n into the light source and multiply with the normal vector. So you want only the reflection factor value. So take the particular reflection factor value is equal to 2 n into s into n minus s. So here the cos alpha is equal to reflection factor dot product of your v, and where r value is going to be 2 into n into s into n minus s. Okay, and vectors used by Phong model, the directions used by the Phong model, what you are going to check: the surface, direction of the viewer, direction of the light source, and a reflection of the light source direction. Okay, overall in Phong model you are going to check the light source hits the particular surface and the direction of the viewer point, how it going to look into the particular reflection, right? So n is the surface outward normal, v is direction of the viewer, I is direction to the light source, r is reflection direction. Since these are directions, they are unit vectors when we are going to calculate Phong illumination model, we consider our unit vectors and combination of, which means when you are going to add sum of ambient light plus diffuse light plus specular light, you are going to get the Phong illumination model